Good morning everybody and welcome to day 3 of the Positiverosity breakthrough course. Today we're going to talk about train your body and brain to overcome obstacles. What do I mean by that? We've got to build up resilience, perseverance, and we've got to build up that thick skin to go get us through the down times. So again, let's talk about a story. Let's give a story. I like the parable to make the point. A friend of mine and I, we set off on a Land's End to John O'Groats. That's from one end of the UK right up to the top of Scotland. 900 miles in 11 days on a penny farthing, about 54 inches up here. So again, lots of worries and concerns, and especially about the falling off and all the things that could have gone wrong. But it's all about breaking down and putting yourself through challenges. Over the years, I've put myself through a lot of really tough challenges to build up resilience, because whatever happens in life, we're going to hit a rock, we're going to be tackled, we're going to fall down. And if you've had that basic training of resilience, whether it's running marathons, keeping fit, it can be a whole host of things, you'll get through those. We'll talk about mental health now. We see nothing but mental health being mentioned every other day. And part of the problem is that we're not building that inner resilience, because whatever you do in life, you're going to have the lows, the yin and yang of life. So the story about the Land's End to John O'Groats was a really tough event. I had a crash halfway through. We had that Damocles sword over our necks every single minute of the day. You fall off that thing, it's either a broken neck or dead or a bad injury. And it was just breaking it down, that 900 miles into 100 miles a day, roughly, and then doing about 10 miles before we had to stop, quick whiskey, and another 10 miles, cup of tea, another 10 miles, pot noodle to look forward to, another 10 miles, double brandy, and so forth, all the way through. And then, you know, when we did fall off, we had a couple of falls, it was getting through those injuries and the physios. It was taking those challenges on, but we made it eventually. And the big why for that was why we were doing it. We were doing it to raise money for Mary's Meals, raise over £25,000. So it had a double effect. It was a great challenge, and it had the benefit of feeding thousands of children in Malawi. So it's about breaking these things down and building up. So let's talk about developing resilience. Grit. What do we mean by grit? We talk about guts, resilience, integrity, and tenacity. And again, that comes with time. But you know, you've got to get out and you've got to put a structure together to start training. Develop self-discipline, self-mastery, and control. Unfortunately, one of the downsides of COVID-19 is that we're spending far too much time on Netflix, sitting down, grazing, eating. We're not getting out. Gaming has rocketed, you know, Fortnite and all these things. So we'll become sedentary, and that's not good for your tenacity. So we've got to be fit and we've got to get out. Back plans and goals with perseverance, persistence, and stickability. Start a plan and keep at it. A lot of people join gymnasiums, and after 4 weeks, they never see the gymnasium again because they can't stick it. It's not fun. It's got to be fun. Create a positive library of inspiring, relevant books. And that's going to come out in more detail in my masterclass program later on. But it's really important to read materials, read things of things that have been, people that have been successful people building up their confidence, their faith, and their belief. Get out of your comfort zone. I talked about sitting watching television for hours and hours, or being on your mobile phones for hours and hours. Get off that. Be disciplined. It's a massive distraction and it's not helping us. Look for your hat, which means high alert triggers. What turns you on? What excites you? What builds up those creative juices? Mine is going for long walks with the dogs into the woods. Yours could be playing tennis, it could be doing anything, I don't know. But find out what it is that puts your mind on what I call a higher level of alertness. And when you get onto that high level of alertness, that's where the ideas and the inspirations come in. And then you've got your mind maps, as I mentioned in day 2, which feed into that. And then these ideas are written down, and they are written in stone, they're written in colour, and they're much more likely to happen. So I think that covers day 3. Thank you for listening. Please feedback on Facebook, on Positiverosity, on our site. Any comments, any feedback, bad or good, it doesn't matter. But the most important thing, ladies and gents, is you've got to put it into action. Do these things and then your lives will start to change. Thank you very much.